Hold on, break that down. Nature. You say nature over nurture.
Nature over nurture. So you ever seen the movie Us? The movie Us?
I seen. I probably can't remember every detail of it, but I know I've seen it.
So kind of give you like a synopsis of what Us was. If you know about the movie though, right?
Yeah.
All right. So me personally, I think Us was a movie about nature over nurture. So
Yeah.
you had the doppelgangers, you have doppelgangers, gangers, and you had the regular people.
Yeah.
You know, and the doppelgangers lived in the nature wild.
Yeah.
There was no structure. Everything kind of ran wild. They didn't know how to talk. They was just all over the place.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you had this one girl who was brought up with her family,
Yeah.
lived a nice, loving life, had everything she needed. That was the nurture part.
Yeah.
And you see in this movie, in the beginning of the movie, you didn't know it until the end that they
Yeah.
swapped places,
Yeah.
and it shows that that person who came from loving home went to the nature and was able to, well, transition to more of a what we want to call it chaotic life.
Yeah.
And when she came out, she was looking for blood. She was trying to get back in blood.
Yeah.
And the other girl, who was a doppelganger at first, who swapped places with her, who came from that chaotic life, went to the loving family, and it showed her have a functioning life. As far
Yeah.
as she was able to read, write, she learned. She go to school, had a loving family, had kids and everything. So
Yeah.
that's why I was just asking with you. Do you believe like
I think it almost like if it probably won't be that is extreme as far as the nature part, but I actually believe in a little with a little of both because how my dad had raised us a little bit. That's why I was able to go work for somebody when I leave school because I had the freedom to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like my the way my dad and stuff, how we was raised is almost like if I'm inside the house, he damn near looking at me like I'm like, is something wrong with you? Are you sick or something? You know what I'm saying? Like we basically had the freedom to do a lot of stuff, but when he see us get too far, he reel us back in.
so? It's kind
You
of
know
like
what I'm
having a
saying?
nice
Like,
blend of things.
yeah, it was nice, man. It was like he allowed us to make our own mistakes, but when it's getting too far left, he might just come look at, like, say if we outside or something playing basketball or something, he'll come look, peek out the damn door or some shit and saying like, I remember one time he checked me and my brother for arguing with each other in front of other people. You know what I'm saying?
Keep
Shit
it in the
like that.
family.
Like so he'll see us out there. We doing our thing. We doing what we do. He ain't never, step by step ever say like you can't do this, can't do that. We got the freedom to do whatever. But when he's saying something that's real too far, he checked the shit immediately. So like it's almost like that bit of nurture and nature where like we was able to be our own human beings, but at the same time
Has some type
that
of structure.
yeah, it's still the structure part come in also the like so it's almost like I feel like it's a little bit of both. Because we got some crazy experiences, but it's like it's still we didn't get reared out too far. We always had that thought in our head like, man, my daddy gonna probably check us about this shit. Are he gonna have something to say about this shit?
Yeah, I'm really big on to what you said earlier. That's why I asked you about the nature versus nurture, because that's actually a great statement you said. You got to have a little bit of both,
Yeah.
because I really believe that what's, to me personally, what's going on in the world. I think a lot of people don't have that village to help them to help raise their young
Yeah.
ones to have that, not extreme one side, but actually find that middle ground where it makes them better. But I don't want to go into that. No,
Yeah.
that's more of a conversation for another time. I had to come sit down with you and have more in depth
Yeah.
conversation about that. But so I know you went to Clinton High School. I
Yeah.
think I think you was a year before my brother, so I think you were like 3 years behind me.
Yeah.
And
I
I
got
knew I knew y'all was coming up, man. It was like them guys, them boys in that football team. They something else. They serious, bro. They something. Y'all was talked about. So tell me about you growing up and going to Clinton High.
uh man, that's a it's a lot of layers of that because I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy going to Clinton. Like I'm like when we talk about like the district being broke up, like I'm glad that happened because I know like I would have had way more negative impact around me if I would have went in another direction. Like so it's almost like we were blessed almost like to have that type of experience to be able to go to Clinton because it also allowed me to, to have my eyes wide and see different things like because my brothers and sisters, my older brothers and sisters, hell, it was a culture shock to them when they first went to Clinton.
Oh, so
You know what I'm saying?
your older
Like,
brother did go to Clinton and sisters?
yeah, I got uh my oldest three didn't. The oldest three went to
Okay.
Provine.
Okay.
The oldest three was between coming from like Chicago and being raised in
Jackson.
Jackson.
Got you. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So but my the other two below them, they had to make the transition, and also my brother too. But he was kind of, you know, my brother is 3 years older than me. He had a little bit of the, you know, the Jackson public school experience, but he switched over kind of quick, just like me. I came up in it immediately,
all the way
immediately. But to them, it was a culture shock for them because went from like you probably in class not doing certain things, then you go to clinic. You gotta write a fucking paragraph, and you know,
you gotta write a paper. You gotta read
like,
Great Gatsby. I already know all about
so
that.
It was almost like a bit of a culture shock.
But that you know, I think with you, it helped shape, like, give you some more foundation on top of the structure you already had to, and also, like I said, widen your lenses to see like, oh, it's more out here for to be attained. I see a different side too. Let's transition over because I want to take that sports aspect and you being in high school over to, you know, you getting out of high school, going into college. You know, what was that like? Where did you go, and what was your experiences, your learning experiences you had in that?
Man, after school, like, you know, that's why I'm naming my next project The Lost Goat, because after high school, that's when that real fucking journey started. Like, it's probably like when after high school, it probably depends. Like, depending on what place you saw me in, I was probably a different person at each one of them stages. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got out of high school, I went straight to Florida and majored in entertainment business at Full Sail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But financially it didn't work out. I didn't
Full Sail's up there.
Yeah, I didn't have no plan. I just was like, me and my homeboy Nard, shit. We just were like, and my homeboy Miles, he was already gonna go out there too. He produced. So like, shit, I went out there majoring in entertainment business. He majored in music business and shit. We just said, fuck it, we finna just go out here. Then we went out there, and then shit, we didn't have our plan together.
How long were you out there for?
Shit, not more than a year, like a damn near.
How was it?
No time. It was cool though. Nah, in that period of time, shit, I damn near almost got signed and everything. Like, we were moving fast down there.
Oh, really?
Like, hey, like we had some people trying to sign us and everything, and just we did a couple shows and all type of shit. Like,
I heard a lot about Full Sail, you know.